shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Marquis Saint. This is Saint's Addiction, and every morning I get up and I am blessed to be able to speak to people live around the world and speak about life, truth, and happiness. Every morning I talk about these things. I talk about my mental health, I talk about my physical health and my financial wealth, and all of these things come together to create an alignment. And this morning we're going to talk about getting our souls aligned, just like we would align our tires on our cars. There's a lot of people this weekend that I realized they were not aligned. And this is how it works out. I'm gonna got this jet flying over me, so I'm gonna let it come on in, but I'm gonna roll my joint and morning blunt so I can enjoy this conversation with you. Alignment is so important. I talk about getting our minds right, but when we're not right inside, that's when all the tragedy happens. That's when alcoholism happens, addiction happens, and souls get broken. And I talk about this because I saw a lot of broken souls. One left my house yesterday crying, and I was watching a morning reel, and I was like, that's what it was. She was out of alignment. See, when they were talking about it, have you ever had somebody just, I'm eating all over the place, I'm crying, and the next minute they're just fine? Like, you're a goddamn psychopath, bro. Like, you're just a wreck of emotions and energy running, splashing into people and not concentrating on why you are here and why your life isn't adding up to the words that are coming out of your mouth. There's so much importance to the things that we eat and swallow inside of our lives to effectively affect us better in our lives, right? And you want our bodies to produce energy and do feats of activity, but we won't juice our lives, juice it with the proper nutrients, and we won't align ourselves with our words because it would require effort. And there's a lot of people that I see out there that they're doing this thing called replacement instead of alignment, right? They'll replace feeling good with cocaine instead of aligning themselves with health and high energy activities. And there's a lot of people that'll do that. I'm a spiritual warrior, yet they've never done any of their own light work. And then there's the other people that are boom baby boom, signing up day one, days one's first, my guy. Look at your boy, I'm fucking on this case, bro. I'm killing this game. It's because my life is in alignment. I back up my words with my action. I don't just let somebody else just say blah 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 around me. They have to be in alignment, and that's what I was finding is that a lot of people, they were way out of whack. They might act hella spiritual on the outside, but the first thing they want to do is be judgmental. We all can be judgmental. We can all be categorical creatures. We all can find fault in things, but there's a lot of people that they don't find alignment in anything. Like I said, they find a problem in every solution. There's some people that just seem to find a way to not be grateful. When I was sitting this morning, the first thing I did was like, oh my God, my bed feels so good after camping. My gratitude jumps up so high for having my bed. But most people, they don't have that kind of gratitude because their life isn't in alignment. They're not actually grateful for things. They're actually selfish for things. They're like, yo, give it to me now that I have it. I'm good. Who else is good? And that shows that there's an unalignment there. I run the gratitude page, but I'm posing in front of all three of my cars, and I don't share my spoils. I'm only spoiled. You see the perspective. You see the people that can't wait to flex on people, but have no idea how to help other people flex. It's like, sure, I lift a lot of weights, but when's the last time I helped somebody lift the weight? Sure, I got a lot of friends, but when's the last time I was a friend? There's this alignment thing that most people they're not aligned with what they're doing in their lives. They want the happiness in their lives, so they show up at the festival, but they have no guidance and they have no direction. They constantly get themselves askewed. What they really wanted to do, instead of find love or one love, they wanted to be loved and just fake love. And that's why I was like, fuck fake love. Fuck a bunch of, oh, these are only my friends when we're around, or I have bumps of blow for them. Or I was literally talking to a beautiful woman, and we were talking about her alignment, right? We were talking about her friends that are around her, and literally we're having a great conversation about spirituality, and she was interrupted by her friends because they couldn't find a bump. So one dude was like this, turned around, I don't have the bump, and he was already bumping on some other substance, and I don't have the bump, and we're all on a bump train here. And it was so it was so concerning to me that these are the people that were so needy and taking of your energy, and they're like, yo, make me feel happy, give me your drugs, I have no sense of direction. And I was just like, wow, these are the type of people that you hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are your friends. Then you're out of alignment. No wonder why you're not going to reach your own personal space and spirituality, because you keep doing drugs, and bad drugs, synthetic drugs, and then expecting that your friends are going to come save you when all they want is the drugs from you. So it's really tough to call them your day ones when they don't even put in a day of one work. You know what I'm saying? That's out of alignment. That's how you know your shit's out of whack. Like, why is my life all turning upside down? It's like, well, what did you do differently? What are your habits right now to make your shit the way that it is? And people don't want to face that stuff. They don't want to talk about their addictions. That's why we talk about the truth here at Saints Addiction, is because we can't come real with our dichotomy. We had to come real with our mental health. This chick literally walked out of here because I'm not seeing a psychologist. I was like, lady, I've been seeing a psychologist since I was 8 years old, and I've had all the experience. This is what I'm talking about. This is why my life's in alignment, because of the experience that I've got to experience. You know, it's a learning from my father's alcoholism and AA classes, learning from my mom's bipolarity, and having to go to her actual group sessions and listen to how they talk and getting their mental stability right. I'm the first one to tell you that I come from imperfection. I'm the mistake master. That's why I spoke about addiction first. Most people are like, oh, I'm going to hide my addiction. I'm going to pretend like everything's okay and be a train wreck later, full of tears, and can't even keep their shit straight like a psychopath. You're like, dude, what is wrong with people? It's like, oh, because they're just out of alignment. You want to know the truth? They're just out of alignment. They have no sense of direction or purpose in their lives, and therefore things come out awkwardly. And that's what I always told people. You know, get your shit straight, because if it comes out of you, if you don't get it right the first time, it's going to be stuck in you, coming out of you sideways. And sideways was me. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. No, I wasn't fine. I saw my ex, and she was she was somebody else. I can't remember. Anyway, whatever the fuck it was, it triggered me, and that trigger ended up being me getting a DUI later. Has anybody ever done that? You know, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm fine, everything's fine, and the next thing you know, you're fighting with your friends, you're binge eating, you're harming yourself. That's what we end up doing, y'all. And that's something I wanted to stop doing. I wanted to stop harming myself. I wanted to stop self-sabotaging. I didn't want to be the crier in the group. I didn't want to be the whiner in the group anymore. I wanted to find my own solutions. I wanted to find my own way. And that's why I traveled these worlds. You talk about alignment. That's what I have to do. I have to leave for 5 months. It took me 10 months to build a business and lose it. It took me 5 months to get my soul back in alignment. I had to get off the addiction of sugar. I had to get off the addiction of nicotine. I had to get off the addiction of sex and stop chasing these things that fuck up my alignment. These things that promise to make me better, but they only make me worse. And as long as it's not working for you, then it's got to go, girl. It's got to go. And I want everybody to find things that make them super grateful and in alignment, and things that work. That's when you know it's smooth. You know what I'm saying? There will be no argument. Everything happened for a reason. And that's what I loved about this last weekend, was that there was a lot of alignment. There's people that I never met before that we obviously needed to meet. Our souls needed to connect. We both were weed smokers. We both this is for multiple people, by the way. We both got along and we got the vibe, and that's really hard to get. You know, everybody's looking for it. They're all looking for the $1 million investor, and I'm just treating people right. And then that guy comes up to me and goes, I already have an investor with $5 to $15 million to run this event. Like, wait, what? I can be an event coordinator worldwide and make super silly, badass events for the world to see and enjoy, so they can remember to enjoy their lives and get together, come together right now over me, you know, and making our lives a better reality. What? People are like, how'd you get that connection? By being awesome. How about that? How about by being real? How about that? How about being a good person? You know, everyone else is trying to trick themselves into it. They're like, well, I wore that fashionable hat that one rapper wore, so now we're all going to wear the floppy hats because it's a trend. And I'll trend instead of extend. You know, I'll be trendy and pretty and buy the things and match the people instead of be different and real. You know, let me convince them through my platitudes. Let me convince them through my clothing. Let me convince them through the fakery. No, I'm going to convince you with my real. People are going to tell my story before I even walk up. I don't have to convince anybody of anything because my stuff's already in alignment. For all those that aren't in alignment, they're going to look confused and weird. And that's why I had to have this conversation with people, because we know when things aren't matching. We, as ourselves, intuitively, as human beings, know when things aren't right. And that's why I want everybody to get right. That's why I do it in the morning. It's like, let's get right in the morning. Like, before we start self-harming ourselves and swallowing the same coffee that we do every morning, or getting right back into our patterns, jumping right back on a cell phone because we can't leave it alone, and we have no self-respect, and we have nothing to be creative for, so we jump back on someone else's creativity and stare at everybody else's life instead of jumping on our own lives and get busy with what we got in front of us. That's alignment. When somebody's got a purpose, you can see their alignment. You can see that they are driven. They're not just floating around making shit up. That's not what we do. We do what we got to do to make it work. And that's the type of people that I want to be around. Like I said yesterday, I don't want to be around people that find a problem for every solution. I don't want to be around people that don't work. You know, those people that see work and then they start backing up, and then it's like, oh, we'll watch the other dude lift it. I'm a smart monkey. I avoided work. No, now you're an exposed monkey. How about that? Now we see that you're lazy. You're not really spiritual, and you're a goddamn psychopath. And that's what I had to find out yesterday. I was like, damn, girl, your emotion is all over the place, man. She's like, you're right. I should be smiling right now. I'm crying. And I'm like, damn, some people are just so out of whack. You know, they don't even know their forest through their trees, and it's unfortunate, you know. That's the reason why I do this show. I wanted people to get it right, get it tight, you know. That way you're not running to a drug dealer for your emotional stability. That way you're not running for a substance to make yourself feel right. I ain't even smoked the morning marijuana motivation yet. You know, weed isn't the thing. It is the morning marijuana motivation because I smoke to get right in the morning. But even right now, as I speak, I feel really good. You know, I feel really good about the weekend and what had happened was, and that I have some action going on. I got appointments, I got business. Everything's in alignment. You got my morning breakfast. I have my fresh apple, my Honey Crisp, my juices, all the things that I require to keep myself right in the morning. I switched them up. I didn't go wake up this morning like they said with Kid Cudi, where you like first thing you would do is do a line of blow. I don't need a line of blow to get high. I don't need a line of blow to get up. I don't need a line of blow to find my center. I am aligned. And that's where this all comes down to is hurt people, and healed people heal people. And I have no problem showing my horns to hurt somebody to protect myself. The truth is I'm not looking for nobody to gore. You know, most bulls are sitting underneath the tree just relaxing, doing them. It's the people that put their balls in a sling and throw them in the ring and try putting swords through their back. Those are the fucking situations that are lose-lose. You know, and I ain't trying to be about that life. So I just keep doing me, doing right by people, and staying aligned. You know, I know when things are in flow. I can start meeting more Tauruses or people with the right birthday or all right conversations. It all happens for a reason. It's all in alignment. And that's what I want people to find. Their own alignment. I want them to get right in the morning without jumping on some sort of substance or a conversation or phone call or some kind of stress. I want them to be ready for the day. I want them to be willing for the flexibility of the stimulus is fluctuating around them. I want them to be on their tippy toes, ready for an opportunity, ready to be right in front of somebody, ready to smile, ready to do the right thing, ready to give. Those type of people, those are the people I want to fuck around with. If they can't wait to cry and break down or talk about their drama and they're just broken, you're gonna need a psychologist. You're gonna need a psychologist. I'm just being honest, man. I'm always gonna need a mental supervisor to help us get through our fucking stupid shit up inside of our head, because obviously you're not doing it right. Sometimes if you were whipping your car right and you were the coach, as they say, the coach is in the back, bro. You want to be the locomotive and head in the right direction. You're gonna have to put some steam into it. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to put some self-respect into it, some motivation. So here's to everybody with the motivated juice. I re-upped my domain names. It's motivated, M-O-T-A, because we motivated up in here, but it's also motivated because we're going to put the right type of juices in here. The coconut waters, the mangoes, the turmeric, the gingers, the things that really give you from nature. Like, hey, nature has a lot of power. It comes from the sun, and that has all the energy of our universe. It spins all these planets. It keeps us all in alignment. So that's why I keep saying, like, stay in alignment. Too much for everyone is just too much. It's going to be no good. And not enough is going to be no good. You want to keep it balanced. and the kundalini and all your good fucking spirits all in alignment. So bless up to you this morning. Stay in alignment, stay in the light, be blessed, peace and love, and as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye but not forever. On my heart from the start. I'll see you on the other side. Peace and love. Later, guys. Share, like, subscribe.